Dark invitation to the woods. My friend once asked me if I wanted to go out into the woods with him, to explore abandoned places. He even made it a point to say he'd bring a firearm to keep us safe. I remember my alarm bells going off right then and there. Something about it felt wrong. I couldn't shake the uneasy feeling. I tried to keep the conversation going, asked him a few questions, nothing too serious, just small things to figure out his plan. But the more we talked, the more my gut screamed, "This isn't safe. Don't go." I had no proof, no reason to think he was dangerous, but something was telling me not to trust him. So I bailed, made some excuse to get out of it, and that was the last time we talked about it. He moved on and started asking others to join him. Fast forward a few years. One day, out of nowhere, I hear it. He's in prison. I couldn't believe it. I froze as the memory of that conversation about the woods came rushing back. My heart sank as I thought about how close I might have come to real danger. Here's what happened. He actually found someone to go with him, a freshman back when he was a senior. He kept his promise about exploring abandoned places and found a cabin deep in the woods. But as soon as they got inside and the freshman's back was turned, bam, he shot him, just like that. No hesitation. I think about this all the time. What if I had gone? What if I hadn't listened to my gut? That kid didn't know what was coming. He trusted him, just like I almost did. I'm so thankful I said no, but I'll never forget how close I came to making the worst decision of my life.
Abuse in the parking lot. It was 1:30 a.m. The club's neon glow faded behind us as we walked into the parking lot, clutching a bottle of water. The night felt eerily quiet, even under the bright lights. A couple caught our eye, a man holding a woman who seemed to be sick, hunched over and throwing up. Concerned, we offered our water, but what happened next sent chills down our spines. The man took a swig of water but didn't offer it to her. Instead, he placed it back on the car, his face twisted into something vile, like he thought we were on his side. That's when we knew something was wrong. Just a few feet away, our fears were confirmed. The man was pants down, forcing himself on the unconscious woman. From the front, she looked fully clothed, but behind her, it was something out of a nightmare. Chaos erupted. He was thrown to the ground, and the girl hit her head on the pavement. While my friends fought him off, we called the police and tried to comfort the disoriented woman. The man kept yelling her name, but it wasn't her name. Her friends arrived, shocked and speechless. The police took over, and we provided statements, hoping justice would be served. Evil has a feeling. Trust your instincts. If you see something, say something. It's better to act and be wrong than to stay silent when something is truly wrong. Forest Road ambush. It was a quiet evening, and my friend and I were driving down a remote forest road, surrounded by towering trees and eerie silence. Out of nowhere, two men appeared in the middle of the road, frantically waving us down. I slowed the car instinctively, unsure of what was happening. As I slowed the car, an unsettling feeling crept in. Something wasn't right. It was like my instincts were screaming at me to move. My foot slammed the gas pedal, and the car lunged forward. My friend shouted, "What the foo?" But before he could finish, a loud crack echoed through the night. A bullet hit the back of the car, shattering the rear window. Glass rained inside, and my heart felt like it would burst out of my chest. Heart pounding, we didn't stop until we reached the nearest police station. Shaking, we told them everything. The officers told us we were lucky. That week, several vehicles and people had gone missing in the area. We might have been next. The woman was the bait. I was walking home on an eerily quiet street when a woman approached me. She seemed friendly, almost overly so, and asked for directions. Something about her cheerful tone felt off, but I brushed it aside. After I told her the way, she didn't leave. Instead, she stayed close, matching my pace. I forced a polite smile, said, "Have a nice day," and picked up my speed. That's when I noticed the van parked up ahead. As I passed the van, the woman called me again, Mister, trying to lure me. But I ran. The van door slammed open and two men jumped out, their faces hard and predatory. My blood turned to ice. They lunged at me, trying to drag me inside. I screamed, twisting and kicking with everything I had. My voice echoed into the night. Help! They're trying to take me! Neighbors came running at my cries, their shouts cutting through the chaos. The men froze, then shoved me aside and leaped back into the van. It screeched off into the darkness, leaving me trembling and terrified.
Crazy dude at the gas station. It was around 8 or 9 p.m. when I pulled into a gas station. It wasn't in a ghost town or anything, but the darkness of the season made it feel isolated. As I pulled towards one of the pumps, I noticed a man pacing near the convenience store entrance. Our eyes met, and an uneasy feeling washed over me. Trying to shake off my paranoia, I moved my car to another pump closer to the gas station entrance. It felt safer, but the discomfort lingered. After sitting there for a moment, I decided to put my car in park. That's when I saw him sprinting toward my vehicle. My heart dropped. I threw my car into drive and peeled out onto the road. As I sped away, I caught a glimpse of him pulling what looked like a large knife from his jacket. I'm glad I didn't ignore my instincts that night. It probably saved my life.
My stepsister's friend roommates. I love my stepsister to pieces, but her trusting nature has always scared me. She should have known better. She had moved in with 2 roommates who became her best friends, but their stories always sent shivers down my spine, chaotic lives wrapped in excuses. I couldn't shake the feeling something was off. Then it happened. My stepsister inherited $120,000. Excited, she shared the news. She didn't see what I saw, a storm brewing. One night her phone buzzed, shattering the silence. It was her roommate, voice trembling, claiming she'd been kidnapped. The story spiraled out of control, a $100,000 ransom. She didn't call her parents, she called my stepsister. The unease I'd always felt grew into outright dread. I asked her, "Did you tell her about the money?" Of course she had. GTFO, I told her. Those little girls who have just been through a lot, they're liars. Get out now before it's too late. She reluctantly followed my advice. Thankfully, she didn't try to make a deal with them. But the fear lingered. I told her to call the police. I don't think she ever did. And even now, she still worries me. Her trusting heart could lead her into danger again.